Welcome to this webinar on criminal injuries compensation appeals. This is basically a webinar that's aimed to give practical guidance on making an appeal, and it's aimed primarily at people who have some prior knowledge of criminal injuries compensation cases and criminal injuries compensation work. I would hope that it will be helpful and accessible to those with limited experience, but also with fairly wide experience as well. My starting point for today's presentation is that it's helpful to have at least a very basic knowledge of the criminal injuries compensation scheme itself, and also some sort of understanding of how the Criminal Injuries Compensation Authority works. But just in case that's not the situation for those that are attending the webinar, I'll run through some basics to get us going. Our starting point really ought to be an understanding of the criminal injuries compensation scheme, which is founded nowadays on the Criminal Injuries Compensation Act of 1995. That is the primary legislation that runs and governs the whole way in which the system works. Interestingly, before 1995, the whole system was predicated on a non-statutory basis with a discretionary scheme, which